What's going on, guys? So today's video we're going to be diving into the luxury brand of Creed with my special guest Raj from the Scentient Man. Raji baby. And today we're going to be talking about Creed Sublime Vanille. Creed Sublime Vanille was launched in 2009. Classification, I'm not exactly sure, but this is a very, very expensive scent. It comes from the Royal Exclusives line, which is like their top line. So apparently you have this line, then you have like the regular Creeds. Before I give you my take, Raj, why don't you give us yours?
Hey everyone, Raj here from the channel The Sentient Man. Chad, thanks for inviting me onto your channel. I really appreciate that. Good to be here with you on this collaboration video. I remember when you were in London and we met. I really enjoyed meeting up with you. So yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to make the journey over to your side of the world and we can meet again. So Creed Sublime Vanille. I've actually got an official Creed sample here. This is how they come. I mean, I've had this for a while now, so I don't know if they're like this now. But yeah, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on this one. So how long does it last on my skin? It actually lasts a good amount of time, around 8 to 10 hour mark, but it's very, very low on the projection. It's not a fragrance that's going to shout off the skin. It's definitely not exactly a skin scent, but for the first few hours it's noticeable to me, but it does become a skin scent after a couple of hours, but longevity is definitely there. It feels like it could be worn in formal occasions and casual occasions, and I would say it probably leans slightly towards the feminine side, or more women are likely to gravitate towards this one, but I enjoyed wearing this fragrance and I had no problems wearing it as a man. So what does this one smell like? For me, it feels very creamy. I get a boozy vibe here. I get a coconutty body lotion kind of vibe. It is quite luxurious, I'd say. It's a little bit boozy and it has a sweetness, but it doesn't become too thick and too overwhelming on the gourmand side. It's a kind of a fresh, sweet vanilla fragrance, and I think it's really, really well made. I think it's nicely put together. I did enjoy this fragrance on my skin. It didn't have like a wow factor for me. And also I didn't feel like the price was I don't feel the price is justified. It feels like a fragrance that should maybe cost like half the price, but I think it is well put together. There's definitely a time and a place for a softer style of fragrance, but for me overall, even though I did enjoy wearing Creed's Sublime Vanille, it was one of those that I felt was a little bit of a flat experience. Mainly, really, that's down to the price, and sometimes when a price is so high, it sets a really high expectation. But good ingredients, well put together, and I think it's definitely worth checking out. If you can get it at a good price, at a discount, I think definitely look into it. I think they're called the Royal Exclusives, are a pretty good range of fragrances, but Creed are asking way too much in terms of the prices. If I was going to rate this fragrance, I would actually give it an 8 out of 10 if we're talking about just scent, but it's gonna have to lose some points when we take price into consideration. So that's it, guys. Chad, thanks again for inviting me onto your channel. I know you are considered an essential worker, so I just want you to know that people like you are considered really valuable in society, so don't forget that. I hope all of you watching have a good day and take care. Bye.
Thank you very much, Raj. Really do appreciate it. And when this whole COVID is over, man, you're gonna have to get your ass to Canada. I've been to the UK a few times, once without knowing you, of course. And you got family that live over here. They are dying to see you, minus myself, of course. But if you do come, please let me know. The top notes of this scent are actually going to be bourbon vanilla and vanilla core with the mid being a tonka bean, so there's only one note, and the base is lemon, bergamot, and musk, which is kind of unusual because lemon and bergamot are normally the top notes, not the base notes. So what do I get out of this scent? In the opening, I get a very creamy, silky vanilla. Really, it's more creamy than silky, to be honest with you. But it's very, very smooth. And on my skin, that vanilla pretty much lasts the entire duration of the scent. But come like maybe 2-3 hours into the scent life, that vanilla becomes more powdery. So maybe it's that vanilla accord instead of like the bourbon vanilla. I do get some freshness from that lemon, and I also get a little bit of the tonka bean, and the base is pretty much just musk. So there is a little bit of that lemon. Don't get the bergamot. There's that powdery vanilla and musk for the base. This fragrance is considered unisex, and whew, absolutely I would have to agree with that. But for me, it does dive more so into feminine territory, especially when that powderiness does come into play. I would say that this is probably like more so like 70-30 feminine. Occasions, when this comes for men, I'm thinking night out, not club, because this is way too sophisticated and certainly way too expensive, way too bougie for a club setting. When I'm thinking night out, I'm thinking important function where you have to dress up in a suit and tie, a tuxedo, a very important function, or just having that sense of style. But I also think that you could wear it for the office. And when it comes to the women, because this is unisex and I do think that this is way more feminine than masculine, I think that this could pretty much be like a daily scent for a girl out there, for a woman. Just a very versatile fragrance, especially if that girly girl has that money or has that sugar daddy. Seasons, fall and spring, longevity off this was great. I got about 10 hours. Projection was more so on the moderate side, and prices, okay. I'm all about affordability. This is not that at all. This, as I said, this does come from the Royal Exclusive line. It comes in, I believe, in a giant flacon. At the Holt Renfrew Boutique, this goes anywhere from $710 Canadian, so $710 Canadian, to $1,315. So that's exceptionally expensive. So that probably runs anywhere from $600 to $900 USD. Online, you can get a better deal. Not a much better deal, but you can still get a better deal if you're about, you know, trying to keep up with the Benjamins or keep up with the Joneses. This goes for about $500-ish Canadian. Wife thoughts this one. My wife does like this one quite a bit. She gets more so vanilla and musk than anything, and she does get that powdery undertone. However, she as well says that this is more so suited for the ladies than the men. And my final thoughts on Creed's Sublime Vanille. This is a very well blended fragrance. It smells very good, very grown up, mature, sexy, not young person sexy, mature, classy sexy. This does have that elegance and that sophistication feel. Something that I do not have. I'm quite aware of that. But for me, this is just not a fragrance for me. Something that even if I had money to burn, I could blow my nose in $100 bills. This is not something that I would really want in my collection because it just comes across as way too feminine with that powderiness and that vanilla accord. Yet it does smell quite good. The versatility for the ladies, excellent. And for the men, you have to dress to impress for this one here. Price tag is way too expensive. Yes, you can get a much better deal or a half decent deal online, but I'm not disappointed that I ended up spending my money on this one because I really wanted to get my nose on this one, and I'm glad I did. But in the end, it's not a fragrance for me. Rating out of 5, I would have to give this a 3.5 out of 5. Still a very, very solid rating, but it's just not something that I can really see myself pretty much ever wearing again. I just might give the rest of this decant to my wife. Yes, I'm quite cheap. She knows that. She married me for a reason. My heart. Because I have a good heart. With not a lot of money. So guys, that is my take and Raj's take of Creed Sublime Vanille. Raj, thank you very much for doing the video once again. I wish that I can come over to the UK. Even though I say you gotta come to Toronto, I really do want to go back to London. It was a great trip, great time when I met up with you and the other guys. And I really do look forward to going again. But if you do come here, please let me know and I'll make the drive to where your family is located. I'm not gonna say where, but it's a bit of a drive. But I'm willing to do it just for you. So everyone, if you are not familiar with Raj's channel, Raj has been around for a very long time. I think like a year, maybe a year and a half before I have been. He's an OG like myself, but he's very sophisticated, refined. He's got a sarcastic side to him that he really does not show on the camera, but he's got my type of wit, but he's just a lot more polished than I am. then please make sure to check him out. His link will be down below. Ravishing Raj is a great guy. So guys, we thank you for your time. Take care, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.